Okay, hey everybody, we're live. It's Patricia Daiker with Better Diabetes Life. I hope everybody is well today. And I've had a fun day. I went and had a photo shoot this morning, which was kind of fun. Um, and so, since I already kind of had my hair and makeup done, I thought I would come on. And there's been some stuff I wanted to really talk with you about. So, if you saw in the header of this video, three things I want to cover is one, um, where's my list? Okay, so what are we doing with our diabetes care right now that's not helping? How your medical care can actually be a hindrance, and then what to do about it. So, and why we're not getting better. Like why maybe some of the things we're doing are not in our best interest, which is counterintuitive. But as you know, if you followed me for a while, I believe there's a lot more to diabetes than just glycemic control and taking care of your insulin and things. So let's talk about that. The thing that got me thinking about this was a show I rewatched, I should say, on Netflix. It's called Heal, and it just talked about our body's natural ability to heal ourselves, right? And if we live with diabetes, it's not that simple, and I'm not saying that it's that simple at all. But I do think our bodies have balance, and so there's a few facts that we can look to for some inspiration. Our bodies are in balance, right? We are awake, we sleep. Our eyes are open, they close. We breathe in, we breathe out. We have a nervous system, and that's what I want to focus on. We have this nervous system that also likes balance. And so there's this sympathetic nervous system, which is fight or flight and keeps us safe from threats. And there's a parasympathetic side that is rest, restore, recover. And our bodies really like a lot of balance. And unfortunately, the world we live in is much more conducive to fight or flight. So, what does that mean in our today's society? It's all the things we have to do, trying to keep up, trying to earn enough money, go, 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 do, do, do. Am I good enough? What do other people think? And it boils down to we don't have a lot of physical stressors in our day. We're not being chased by, you know, animals most of the time. Some of y'all might be. Pretty much we all live in a house. We have water, electricity, things that our ancestors didn't have. So we don't need to spend a lot of our time with um, activities that might make us unsafe. So what happens is we in our heads, right? And so we think of all these things that make us unsafe, which turns into worry and stress, right? So worry, if we think about what that is, it doesn't solve the problem. It just lives it before it happens, if you think about that. So if you're worried about tomorrow, worried about the future. And actually, that worry and stress physiologically causes disease in our body. So, what happens? Why? The very simplest reason is it takes us out of balance. We stay in this fight or flight stage. Our brain is constantly preparing for some onslaught of something bad to happen. And if you want to feel that way, just flip on the news or get on social media, right? We can get our anxiety up pretty quickly. But we don't do very much on the other side of the thing to keep us calm and grounded. We sleep at night, but often we're so caffeinated we don't sleep well, or alcohol can interrupt our sleep. Very few of us have a lot of time, excuse me, or make a lot of time to put those things back in to keep us in balance. So, when we're out of balance, that is conducive to a state of disease. So, we have this immune system that's always on alert, trying to fight off bad guys, viruses, trying to do things to repair. So, it's a defensive mechanism, but it's also a healing mechanism. Unfortunately, when we're in constant worry and stress, the signals that our brain is sending to our body is, hey, put that healing stuff on the back burner because right now we've got some threats. We're under attack and we need to focus on that. So you could see how, without you even thinking about it, internally your resources are being shunted away or moved over to muscles and processing. Our brains actually use a lot of our energy, which is oftentimes why we feel really fatigued and worn out. We've used all this mental energy. Think about if you've ever had to study for a test or present. When you're done, how tired you are. Well, you didn't run a marathon. It wasn't like you ran up 50 steps. Mental energy is really taxing. That's true for everyone. So now we add diabetes onto the mix. Now we have more to worry about, more to think about, more to fear about what might happen, right? So we have that. So now I want to talk a little bit about the medical community. So I'm a nurse. I've been here. I've been a nurse for 35 years, a long time. I've seen a lot of change. But one thing that hasn't really changed, it's getting there a little bit, is that this understanding that the body is a system of pieces and parts that fit together, and we need to get the parts to work better. And to do that, we need people to do different behaviors. And so one of the thinkings, and it's not wrong, it's definitely a part of it, but our medical community will use fear as a way to change behavior. Oh my gosh, if you don't do all this stuff the way you're supposed to, bad things are going to happen. Do you need that information? Absolutely, yes, you need that information. Should that be the motivation for why you make better choices every minute of your day? No. Because if that is your motivation, fear of the future is the only thing keeping you, making choices to go for a walk or change, eat a food that's better, check your blood sugar, do whatever you need to do, fear is not a good long term motivator. And it's adding to the problem, right? So we already talked about how if you're in this constant state of fear, your brain is telling your body not to heal, not to do the best things, not to repair, not to restore. Put all that on the back burner because we got to fight. And so if fear, and we'll add into that a layer of shame. So I know, I don't think there's a person with diabetes that I've talked to who hasn't gone to the doctor and felt bad that they were not able to do it all perfectly, right? And I can tell you from my own perspective, being a nurse, I knew what to do. I just wasn't able to do it 24/7 every minute of my day. And so there's a lot of shame about, A, did I do this to myself? Did I bring this on myself, my family? B, why am I not doing better? I know I should eat better, do this, do that. What's going on with that? So when you add fear and shame, all that does is amp up the worry, right? So now we're already thinking about, we have to be mindful, and mindful and worry is different. So mindful is, it's lunch, it's time to eat, I need to check my blood sugar, I need to check these things, I need to think about how many carbs so I know what to do, correct? That's mindful. Worry is, oh my gosh, what's going to happen, right? It's a different feeling. So mindfulness can be calm and it can feel okay. Worry is anxiety. Okay, so we know that physiologically our fight or flight response is not conducive to health and healing. We know that in our culture we spend way too much time there. We know that our medical community tends to use fear and shame as motivators. So where does that leave you? Like, what the heck do you do, right? What do you do? How do we get out of that? So that is why I created my program. So it's a little bit about what I think is necessary. And for me, it was, I couldn't figure out how to get it. I kind of knew I needed to do something different because I had a lot of emotional baggage and fear and just not happiness, right? That's what my program does. So I have created a way. So if you don't know how to get out of this worry mindset and get out of, this feeling bad about yourself that you're not doing it well enough, that's what my program helps you with. So it's pretty easy. You watch a video and you do the workbook. The book is just a series of like questions and activities that you go through, and it helps you find ways to stay in peace, to address some of your own inner fears and worries, right? And so that is good. If you're out of balance, and being a mindful Zen meditator on a mountaintop is not in your future, which it's not in most of ours. If you don't even know how to get a little bit better, a little bit in balance, this is where you start. So what I bring you are ideas that are common with coaching clients on things that are getting in their way. Obvious, right? It's not that hard, but it's hard to do. But I'll also share with you, diabetes is hard to do, and it's harder when you're stressed and worried all the time. So does it take some effort? Absolutely, yes. You have to work towards adding more parasympathetic, the rest and restore and recovery and healing side of your body to add balance. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, I am here to help you. I always post links below. You can visit my website, betterdiabeteslife.com. Follow me on Facebook or Instagram, and I will post all this stuff. If you're still confused, I also offer a 15-minute free call just to talk about what it looks like. But if you're not sure, if you're stuck and you know that you're not getting where you want to be and you're constantly worried and have no energy, this is something to consider because worrying will not give you more energy. Okay, those are my three things, right? So we talked about why you're not getting better is because we're probably stuck in fight or flight. Medical system tends to use fight or flight response of fear and shame to try to motivate us, only it's not a good long-term strategy. And if you need some help, I can do that for you. So thanks for joining me today on this video, and like, share. Right now, Facebook has done some weird things with its algorithms. So if any of you wouldn't mind sharing, I would appreciate that very much because it seems like something has changed in the machine, right? Okay, I want everyone to have a wonderful and super day. Take a deep breath. Let go and find a little peace in your day. Take care. Bye.